welcome to another session of Dark Souls PvP. I'm here this time with another weapon showcase. This time, as you obviously saw, it's the Warpick. Now, this weapon is my new favorite weapon in the game. I love this thing. It's really user-friendly, I suppose would be really the best way to say it. I mean, if you miss, you have a whiff, but it recovers relatively fast. The damage output that this has, the potential damage output, is incredible. In the beginning, when the music was playing, there were those little pictures, just some damage screenshots that you will get to see the video of right in this, well, video. Yeah, this thing is great. Now, honestly, I really am loving this. That arrow, man, that was lucky. I'm really happy I got that, though. That was kind of cool. Anyway, this little setup that I'm running on right now is a relatively new one. It's my version of a quality build. Not a complete quality build, though. It's only got 35 dexterity, 40 strength. Oh well. So, also, I'm sorry if you can hear my dog barking in the background. She's, a dog. They don't shut up. That's okay. She's cute. Yeah. So, this little setup I've got going right now, it's only at, I believe it's, its weight is 19 point something. So it's really a light setup that I've got going. Using the Wolf Ring and the Leo Ring, because the Leo Ring is awesome, makes the Warpick hit epically, insanely high. I mean, that hit that I got a few seconds ago, the very first one I showed in the pictures, 800 damage. Seriously, 800 damage from something this fast. It's so great. Now, I'm really liking this weapon for a few reasons. I mean, obviously I'm loving the high damage, but it's really easy to get Leo Ring counterattacks with this weapon. I mean, it's slower than most weapons that people use, like the katanas. It's really, really easy to get Leo Ring counterattacks against a person using a katana. I mean, you see them getting ready to swing, you swing, boom, counterattack, 700 damage, no complaints. I mean, the only problem comes when people start to dodge, roll around a lot, because it's a slow weapon. I mean, slower than a dodge at least, and that's really one of the main issues with it. But that's why I've got the rapier, because again, it's a thrusting weapon, so it works with the Leo Ring, and it's just a good combination in my opinion. And that way, no matter what weapon you've got out, you can still hit pretty good with the critical attacks. I mean, I guess I should technically, be switching off to the rapier for every parry that I get, but whatever, no big deal. So, earlier in this fight right here, 702 damage. The Warpick is great. I love it. And, man, ambush. I have been running into a lot of people who have been trying to ambush me recently. This one was definitely probably one of the better ones. Really a great attempt at it. Going with the Wrath of the Gods into a backstab, but she missed on the backstab, I think. Or he, or whatever, they. So, yeah. I ended up, taking care of them as they were trying to pull off another Wrath of the Gods, but that's alright. So, yeah. Now, we've got this guy. Oh, actually, this guy, he messaged me after. He's a fan of the channel, so hey, dude. Good matches. Yeah. I actually don't think I got any Leo Ring counterattacks on him. And right there, I actually kind of thought he died. But that's my bad. So, yeah, it gets me at the Wrath of the Gods, and I get him with the block and poke. Which, it's something I've been doing. Since my fight with Martyr's Brigade, I've been trying to keep my shield up more often, and I've been trying to two-hand more often. And as far as the two-handing goes, it's, with this weapon especially, really good because of the stun-locking ability that this weapon's got. It's pretty much the same as the mace, if not the exact same. So you got the speed, you got the stun locking, you've got the Leoring counters. I mean, if you get a Leoring counter and then go into the stun lock, you're set. Match over, you win. So yeah, it's really quite good. Now, this guy, he's just trying to parry me. He's really kind of set on it, I think. And it's just not really working out for him. Oh well. And I'm Gravelorded. Unfortunately for me, that Gravelord was a hacker. And unfortunately for everyone else who had to deal with him that night, it was quite annoying. I mean, I don't get it. If you're gonna hack, sure, whatever. Just don't be online doing it. That way people don't have to deal with you. So, right here, I invaded, and the host had a phantom summoned in, and I ended up dueling him. And he is really annoying, because he's just dodging all over the place and turtling whenever I do get close. So, eventually, well, I think it's right about now, I get kind of tired of it, so I just rush in right for the backstab. I'm like, okay, screw it. I'm tired of dealing with you and your turtling. I'm going for the backstab, so... yeah. I mean, really, that's, in my opinion, one of the best ways to deal with turtles. And I hate when this happens. Get the parry, but it's only a partial or whatever. It messes everything up. I hate when that happens. But, yeah. And I'm thinking that these two guys, they were friends, you know, either in-game or in real life, because, you know, same setup, same whatever. Both going with the spear. And if they weren't, then, you know, I guess it's just a common thing. So yeah, give him a nice little wave, give him a nice little bow, and get into it. So, while this is going on, it gives me some time to talk. I have been noticing some things as far as the community is going, or as far as the community is concerned. Now, one of these things I've noticed is a lot of people are quitting Dark Souls for the time being because of how the community is and how they're saying it's so bad and blah blah blah. I know at least 4 people who are regulars in the burg that are saying that they're quitting because the burg is just filled with like completely maxed out players just camping, ganking, hacking there, waiting for people to come in so they can kill them for no reason other than, you know, just to make them mad. So I can understand why that's, you know, an issue, but that's why I don't go to the burg. I haven't been to the burg for PvP in so long because it's been like that. I mean, at least from what I've seen, it's been like that. So, I don't know. I don't really get what the problem is. I don't understand why these people are stopping to play, or stopping their playing, or whatever the right way to say it is, you know what I mean. I don't know, I just don't get it. I mean, I understand if you're getting tired of the game, but stopping because just one area isn't really working out so well? I don't know. But that's really why I like being here, because quite often when I'm invading in this area, I will get the person who is standing by the fog door, you know, just trying to run into it, because they were ganking over in the forest, and they just died and lost their souls. They just got back to their human form, and then I invade and they can't get to their souls. Especially if I kill them. I've had that happen a few times where I've killed people. Plus I've had it happen to myself. I've been camping in there, I make myself human, then try and get my souls. It doesn't really work out well. And as far as the community goes, that guy right there, Bloodthirsty Dark Wraith. And man, that was a lot of souls that I got from that guy. That was just a ton. So, eventually I kept invading that hacking Gravelord, and I just got tired of dealing with him. I was invading him and a group of 3 spawn gankers, all with the same, like, the exact same 2-word name. The first word was the same for all of them, so they obviously, you know, were friends, and having a great time with it, with their jolly cooperation, or whatever the hell you want to call it. So, I was just going back and forth between them and the Gravelord, and I was like, okay, I'm tired of this, I'm just going to go host in the forest. So, yeah. And even here, man, the Sack Bros, I'm fine with that. The Sack Bros, great concept. Awesome. But, you know, you would think that they're kind of supposed to be, oh, I don't know, better than a regular forest hunter. I mean, At least that's my opinion. You would think that they'd... Because these guys, they're coming in to kill the gankers. They're coming in to, destroy the gankers, whatever. So, when you're here and you get invaded by them, and then they gank you? That's just not right. Something just isn't right about that. And actually, I'm going to get back to that. This guy, when he came in, his sword was already on fire, so if that's like a new glitch or a hack or something, and anyone has any idea what that's about, or I don't even know if it's just a visual effect, I guess it's not just a visual effect, I just noticed that it did the fire damage to me, little animation and all that, so if someone knows what's up with that, please let me know, because that's kind of cool. It's definitely an interesting one. I mean, if you come in with Sunlight Blade on your weapon already, that's definitely going to give you an advantage, especially against some spawn gankers. But, yeah. So, yeah, Sack Bros. This guy, actually, he's a Sack Bro, and he's pretty awesome. He's using the whip, and, I love my uncommon weapons, so it was definitely a treat to fight a whip. And, boom, right there, 763 damage. And... I really don't fight the whips often enough, because this was really a hard fight. I don't know their moveset at all. I mean, I didn't know what to expect, and I actually didn't expect it to stun lock me. I don't know if that was, because of the whip or because of Sunlight Blade on it, but I don't know. I definitely need to fight against people with the whips more often. So, yeah. What was I saying? Sack Bros. And their ganking tendencies. I mean, it's so hypocritical, it really is, and, I mean, not to rant or anything, but it's kind of annoying, because you would think that a Sack Bro would be, above the typical Forest Hunter tactics. Although I did run into quite a few awesome Forest Hunters that, like these two guys, waited for one-on-one. When they saw me alone, they decided to wait, so that's pretty cool. I mean, not all Forest Hunters ganked. Right there, that 767. Another good hit. Yeah, Warpick, awesome damage. But yeah, Sack Bros, sometimes they're just a little bit too paranoid about everyone being a ganker. Or summoning someone in even though they're not, or stuff like that. Because I actually messaged two of them who had invaded me. I can't recall their names at the moment, but I messaged two of them that had invaded me and ganked me, saying, guys, you're Sack Bros, why are you ganking me? And one of them said, because I was fighting you and the other guy came in, so I didn't want to stop. I'm like, okay, I can understand that. The other guy, he said, because you were summoning someone in. I was like, no, I wasn't. So, I don't even know. I mean, I don't even know. So, again, we got two more awesome Forest Bros. Yeah, more awesome fights, too. Yeah. So, really that's all I've got to say about the Sack Bros. I mean, I don't know. Just, you would think, that, at least I would, that most Sack Bros would be, beyond ganking, because that's what they're trying to stop. Although, I did actually run into a Sack Bro that was hacking. It wasn't a recognizable name, though, so I'm thinking it might have just been a random, trying to look like one, spread some bad news about them, but that's just my opinion on it. Thanks to one of the guys on YouTube suggesting that. I'm pretty sure that's what was going on with that. So, yeah, thank you. So, yeah. Right there we had Cabbage. He's a Twitch bro, I'm pretty sure. I remember him from Twitch. And I remember a while ago he was destroying me with the halberd. And, well, gotta say that felt pretty good being able to beat him, because I don't think I've ever beat him. I remember he invaded me like 5 or so times. I lost every time. So this was definitely a good feeling. So, yeah. Just sort of getting at it, pulling out the bow for some good bow action, because, arrows are thrusting weapons. You actually can get some luring counterattacks with a bow, and it's pretty awesome when you do. I don't think I actually got any in this video, but when I was playing around with the build before, I ended up hitting I think it was a 500 something with the composite bow, so that's definitely a luring counter. I mean, composite bow hitting 500 damage, I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. So right here, we got a guy in full Havels and Iron Flesh. And, you know, I'm a fan of Iron Flash. I've used it. I like it. It's a good buff. But, I mean, you gotta think when you're using it. You shouldn't use it when you're that far away. I mean, that's just not really smart. And especially if you see the person two-handing their weapon to begin with, Iron Flash isn't really gonna save you. Because, yeah. So, yeah. That's that. Get him with a nice little parry. Probably, if I had probably switched to the rapier, then it would have probably killed him. Probably. Saying that a bit too much. Yeah. So I got some more forest bros. Not seeing really that many dark wraiths in the forest recently. I kind of missed that. The only few that I've seen were that one that I summoned in. I think he was just trying to hook up with one of his friends, someone else maybe, I don't know. But I don't know, there really haven't been too many dark wraiths in the forest. I'm thinking I might need to change that sometime soon. So, yeah. And we got this guy, tried to use Tranquil Walk of Peace on me, didn't really work out in his favor because, you know, I'm just going to stand there and counter, or not counter, just trade hits with him for the counter. And then he tries to run away. And then he gives me his back once. I decided not to go for the parry right there, or the backstab right there. Can't talk, again. I decided not to go for the backstab because, you know, I was thinking, you know, he might stop. He might stop running away, but it doesn't appear to be the case, so I just, you know, decided to try and take it on that last one. And he's using the Silver Knight straight sword, so that's pretty awesome. It's definitely a good weapon. He got me with the stun. If he followed it up, then, you know, that would have been better, but oh well. Actually might have been able to take me out. Yeah. And actually that's reminded me, one thing that I really took away, as you can see from this video, from my fights with Martyr's Brigade, is that I shouldn't be afraid to swing more than once. I shouldn't be able to afraid. I shouldn't be able to afraid. Ugh, God, my brain. I can't brain today, I guess. I shouldn't be afraid to attack more than one time in a row, because I shouldn't be afraid of people parrying me, especially if I mix up the attacks between the regular and the strong attacks, and it messes with their timing and all that stuff. That's definitely something I've been trying to do. And really, when I'm trying to get a Leo ring counter, I'll usually try to do it with the power attack first, because that'll stun them more easily than, you know, a regular attack. Especially if two-handing it, which I'm pretty much doing constantly now. So right there, hit a little bit more awesome bow action. Good stuff, give him a nice little wave. And we got another guy. So, yeah. Overall, I mean, this weapon, I'm really loving this setup. I mean, the only thing I would consider changing about it is maybe medium or even maybe heavy rolling, or fat rolling, wearing heavy armor, just to, you know, see how that works out, because the one thing that's really somewhat stopping my swings is when I get stunned. And right here, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? You don't need another buff, you have power within on already. Another buff isn't going to save you. So, yeah. That's that. Give him a nice little shrug, because, you know, buffs aren't going to save you. I mean, they might help, they might do a bit more damage, but you can't rely on a buff. And that's one thing that I've really been noticing a lot recently. A lot of people are relying on the buffs, and I used to do it too. I mean, I don't blame you for doing it. It's definitely a good way to get some extra damage tacked on, but you can't rely on them. Can't rely on the Leo ring either, so that's one thing that this build sort of struggles with, or this setup sort of struggles with. But overall, I mean, it's pretty sound in my opinion. It works pretty good. I mean, yeah. So, yeah. Got this guy. Got his nice little Fury Sword. And I stunned him, so, yay. And, again, the Rapier for the kill. Just that one power attack. I don't know. It's good. So we got this guy again, putting on his buffs in a different order this time. And I don't let him get the second one again. Because, you know, you got one buff, you don't need a second one. It's not going to help you at all. Especially when you have no poise. So, I don't know why I ran forward right there. I know the rolling attack like that, it can't be parried, but I guess I always kind of insist on trying it because I'm stubborn and don't like to listen. So, yeah, that's that. Thank you for watching, like, subscribe, all that stuff, and see you next time.